Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Red Dawn. My name is Kyri, and it finishes at the Emirates. Arsenal nil, Liverpool nil. A point on the road against the league leaders, and usually we snap ourselves for dropping points again. Another draw, but this match was different. And why I say this, we went to the Emirates not expecting to win this game. I thought we were absolutely going to get hammered by Arsenal. And it looked like that in the first half. They were throwing the kitchen sink at us. Second half was completely different. Arsenal couldn't fire a single shot on target for the majority. Our defense absolutely stood up. Van Dijk and Kanate, fantastic. Kirkes pocketed Saka, which I will go into a lot more. Connor Bradley was excellent as well. Unfortunately, he is going to miss out some time. Prayers up to him. I'll talk about it more as well. And of course, that disgusting incident by Gabriel Martinelli. All of our players stood up, full credit to them. And I'd absolutely take a points at the Emirates any day of the week. And yeah, for Arsenal to not score against the depleted Liverpool side, it's embarrassing. It feels like a loss to them. And yeah, I just couldn't be more happier holding them off to a nil or draw. And look, I'm happy to be proven wrong. And I said that at the end of the match preview last night. I wanted to be proven wrong. We came in without a recognised striker, and yeah, I just couldn't be prouder of the boys. What Arne Slot said at halftime worked. And this is the standard we need to see once we get Salah, Ekatike, and later on Alexander Isak back into the side. So let's talk about the game. Let's be honest about the first half. Yeah, it was torture. Um, we couldn't string two passes together. Um, Arsenal were pressing us into the oblivion. Saka was causing issues early. Timber was overlapping. Yeah, I thought we were going to crumble from there. If Arsenal had a proper killer instinct in that first 45, we'd be 2-0 down. That's how grim it was. But we came out and we actually kept the ball. We frustrated them and we controlled the tempo. The problem for Liverpool, we just had no bite. If we had Ekatike in the side, yeah, I reckon we would have won easily. Connor Bradley, he had a moment. The chip that hit the crossbar, inches away from a winner. If that goes in, we're having a completely different conversation. But seeing him go off on the stretcher in stoppage time, that is sickening. To see him clutching his knee like that, you just pray it's not an ACL, man. And this is what's got my blood boiling. Bradley is down, clearly in agony. Gabriel Martinelli shoves him off the pitch. Two hands on him. That's a blatant red. Absolutely disgusting from Martinelli. It's aggressive, it's reckless, it's unsportsmanlike. And how on earth did he get a yellow for that is just beyond me. Pushing off a player in agony. It's an absolute disgrace. And I don't care how tense the game is. I don't care that it's screaming in pain, and your instinct is to physically manhandle him off the turf. That is absolutely classless. I've lost respect for Martinelli, and this is one of the contributing factors why I don't want Arsenal to win the league. It's disgraceful. So where does that leave us? We're fourth. We're 14 points behind Arsenal. But I'd take that performance considering the circumstances between both teams. Let's not get carried away with this, but let's take confidence and build from this performance. And before we wrap things up, let's do a player ratings as we always do. Let's get into it. Starting off with our goalkeeper, Alisson Becker, best keeper in the world. His usual commanding self, barking orders across the back line, making crucial stops, particularly. in that frantic first half. A couple of his clearances were a bit shaky and fell to the feet of the opponent more often than not, but he was solid when facing Declan Rice and Trossard in the early stages, and didn't have much to do after that. So well done, Allison. Connor Bradley, what a performance from the young lad. Didn't give Trossard a sniff in that first half, and he was defensively sound. Nearly had the winner, which hit the crossbar, and yeah, he did everything right. But sadly, was overshadowed by seeing him stretch it off in stoppage time. And as said before, praise up to Connor Bradley, hoping it's not too serious. Ibrahim Konate and Virgil van Dijk, who I will talk about both because they were fantastic. Ibu, his best performance of the season, solid as a rock, offering robust defending and good distribution out from the back. Virgil van Dijk, captain's performance, leading by example, imperious, heading everything, blocking everything, showing why he is the best centre back in the league. Saliba and Gabriel do not hold a candle to both of these guys. I don't care what anyone says. We got a clean sheet at the Emirates because of these two fine gentlemen. Moving on to my man of the match at left back, Milos Kerkez. What a performance he put on last night. He absolutely pocketed Saka. It was a tough start, but he really grew into the game, showing great composure. And we have finally seen the Milos Kerkez we bought from Bournemouth. He's had his ups and downs as a Liverpool Football Club player so far this season, but hopefully he can build from this performance. So well done, Milos. Into the midfield, Ryan Gravenberch. Yeah, he became much more influential in the second half, winning duels and tackles. Alexis McAllister, a bit quiet than usual. He picked up a late booking, but I thought this was one of his better performances this season. You're always going to get spirit from Alexis. Dominic Soboslai gets a free kick, goes to the other side of the net this time, unlike the winner he scored back in August. Curled just onto the roof of Raya's net. Had it been a touch lower, I reckon we would have seen another elite and long-awaited opener from Dom. Was a bit quiet in the first half, but looked much better after the break, and he helped us control possession of the ball. Moving on to the attack. While we were missing that cutting edge, I thought Jeremy Frimpong, he used his pace well. Didn't get quite the end product we'd hoped for, but he looked dangerous on the wing. And moving on to Florian Wirtz, who started on the left-hand side and moved up on top in the false nine position as well. He had a massive chance in the second, dribbling past the Arsenal defenders. Yeah, just a bit of Coutinho magic in him. A bit of a quieter output, but yeah, you could see he's a really special player, Florian Wirtz. And Cody Gakpo, yeah, he struggled to make an impact. Not taking his opportunities, too predictable with the ball, doesn't go outside, and he always cuts inside with his right foot. Yeah, we just felt the absence of our key attacking options, and once they all get back, I think Cody's going to get relegated to the bench. There's no way you could start him over Ekatike or Isaac. You got Salah on the other side as well. Yeah, it's just disappointing. Like, this was meant to be his spot on the left-hand side after Luis Diaz left the club, but he hasn't been convincing. He hasn't been convincing at all. Substitutes, I think it was just Joe Gomez. He came on for Connor Bradley really, really late, so can't really judge him on that. But that's about it, everyone. I'm off to have a lie down, and I'm going to pray for Connor Bradley's knee. Hopefully it's not too serious. It was a big week for me as well. First week back at work. It's Friday night, and it's the weekend, and I'm ready for bed. But let me know your man of the match in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, And as always, up the Reds. See you in the next one.